Holy shit. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god, I'm actually crying. What the fuck? Hello, YouTube. In today's video, we're gonna have a discussion I'm excited to have, but at the same time, I'm cautious to talk about it because it's a discussion that not a lot of mainstream media is aware about, or it's something that I feel like a lot of mainstream isn't ready to have yet, but we need to have it because it's very, very, very important. And you know what actually made me want to talk about this subject with y'all today? The Charlie Kirk assassination. What the hell, Omar? How does that come into play? So we're going to be talking about the incel to transgender pipeline. So as y'all know, the was revealed to have had ties to the furry community, and then he might have even had a boyfriend. Partner, I think it was literally said that he had a feminine presenting boyfriend, which then signaled to the right, MAGA, to immediately cry, see, he's a leftist, he's one of those libs. This is what prompted me to make today's video, because what people don't know, what a lot of people don't know, is that if you go far right enough, you will actually get to a group of people that don't care much for sexuality, which communities that you usually would affiliate in your head to the left, to being liberal, the LGBTQ community in general. A lot of mainstream society isn't up to date with these incels, with these 4chaners, with these groypers. First, before we get into the video essay, I'm gonna show y'all 1 or 2 TikToks where these people really put into words what I'm kind of failing to right now. I feel like I'm explaining this subject. All right, listen up, guys. Lock in.
Do you know what transmaxing is? Have you heard the term transmaxing?
Yes, she said transmaxing. You've heard of looks maxing, right?
Now, I'm no expert, but I have gone down a rabbit hole, and let me get into it. And be warned, okay? Be warned. So we've heard of red pill guys and blue pill guys. Red pill guys are your misogynists, your quote unquote hyper masculine, women should be in the kitchen, right? You've got your blue pill guys. These are your diversity, equity, and inclusion. These are your equal rights. Have you heard of a black pill guy?
Black pillars. And these are the people that are usually men, more often than not incels, that lurk in communities like 4chan, like Discord servers.
So an incel, right? An incel is traditionally a disillusioned young white male who doesn't fit into societal masculine norms, right? These are the guys that have never been kissed. They've never had a girl. They've never talked to a girl. Girls ignore them, right? They've kind of been rejected by society. And they know they're never going to have the job. They're never going to have a family. And they are angry about it.
No, yeah, to add into this TikTok, because before, back in the day, men had it easier. I'm not going to say easy, but they definitely had it a lot easier than today. Usually because, you know, women really weren't as empowered as they are nowadays. Not as many women in the workforce, not as many women getting education, higher level education. It was mostly men. And then if you went to university, you were basically guaranteed success. You as a man, that's what brought you value. And that's what kind of guaranteed you a wife and that kind of white picket fence with the house in the background, that kind of lifestyle. Nowadays, just having a job isn't enough. And that's what I feel like was fed to incels. And so when they don't get the girl, when they don't get the wife, they become become frustrated and pissed. Like, what the heck? Like, I was promised everything. Why don't girls want me? I have a job. Like, before that would have worked. And because that was the case in the past, guys never really felt the need to actually be interesting, to be funny, to be nice, to be overall just good people that attract women. Because before, you just needed a job and that was it.
They are very angry. Well, within the incel community, which I never knew how big this community is, and it's much bigger than I ever imagined. Within the incel community, if you are an incel who knows that you're never going to make it as a man, you're never going to have sex, you're never going to get the job, get the girl, have a family, then one of the options that has been given to you is to become a woman. Because they believe that women just have it so easy. And so it would be better to be a woman. This has nothing to do with sex. This has nothing to do with gender identity. It simply has to do with not fitting into a societal norm and being rejected by society and trying to figure out a way to exist.
So yeah. Anyway, with that context out of the way, now that you guys know where I'm coming from with this, I discovered this video essay, The Incel to Trans Pipeline and Inside Mary. And this is the channel name right here. This person goes, I clicked on this video out of a morbid curiosity because of the title, but never expected such a painful and beautiful video. Truly incredibly made. Thank you for sharing. I'm very excited to get into this.
The male gender is broken.
Alex started learning piano, but the nursery rhymes she's playing are a bit disturbing. Ladybug.
But somebody will be impressed by. There's exactly one personality that will earn you social approval. Chad. Assertive, dominant, successful. Nobody will be impressed by a male that is meek, submissive, and struggling. Such males are not considered gender trailblazers. They're just derided as incel neats.
She's describing the incel black pill community ideology.
Such males are not considered gender trailblazers. They're just derided as incel neats. Nobody is offering an actual solution to this. Tradcons tell you to just man up. TERFs tell you to just abolish gender. Liberals deny this reality altogether. By embracing girl mode, you actually become free to be your authentic self without shame. Society at large requires men to keep grinding and struggling to keep the lights on, so obviously no serious and respectable person will encourage you to just drop down the pink vortex. But it's possibly the only thing that will actually help you if you're stuck being a shitty male with no prospects.
She just described the ideology. Do you really think these people would transition out of a genuine like gender dysmorphia? No, they're transitioning for a much more disturbing reason. They're transitioning to being women out of sheer envy and dislike for women.
This is an excerpt from a guide written for incels that want to transition into womanhood I found about a year ago, and I can't stop thinking about it. So this document is a pretty functional resource guide for starting your transition attached to a cynical manifesto about how transition is a gateway out of the pain of being an incel. It's bizarre enough seeing a transgender self-help walkthrough fused with incel ideology, but the part I'm obsessed with is this tonally insane section where the author talks about their own transition. Each sentence starts with the same level of nihilism, anger, and despair you would expect from an incel writer, which then bloom into sweet, adorable depictions of joy in a way that's invented a new form of comedy for me.
During this time, my emotions were becoming far more intense. I would cry at stupid and random stuff, but crying does not feel bad. It feels good and releases emotions. I would care about stuff that didn't even matter. It was almost like hormones were dumbing me down. Enjoy
It's like he couldn't see. Like, hey man, emotions. Like, see, crying does not feel bad. It feels good to your emotions. Shit. Yeah, it's like these guys are just so violently closeted that they don't. They have like self-hatred because of these emotions. Like they're so afraid that they're gay, that they're trans. They just turn it into
Ultra HD with perfect sound. Even more than that, it's like life is more colorful now and things are so much more intense. The sky even looks brighter. Stars shine more intensely to me. It's like hormones grew a lens of happiness in my brain that now I perceive reality through, and it's so much more positive of an experience. Okay, that's actually pretty beautiful, and it's literally how every trans girl describes the experience. Please just put down your edgy villain Komida hand speeches and admit that you built a better life for yourself. It doesn't happen.